Hello, welcome to Sephra's Pop Culture Channel. Don't forget to tell your friends about me. I've just started this channel, so I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to tackle all kinds of pop culture things that I really don't do on Sephra's World because I'm finding on Sephra's World the channel was getting kind of sprawling, and I'd post something, then some people would unfriend me, but then I'd get friend, like whatever you call it on YouTube, like get subscribers, lose subscribers. So I think I was going in too many directions. So now I'm just started this pulp culture channel where I talk about anything that comes to mind with regard to pop culture. So today it's the Big Bang Theory. Now, Big Bang Theory had its big finale, and there's something that's been bothering me in all these months since the finale. And I'm glad I have a channel now to just kind of think about it all. First, I'll give a little history on my own relationship to the Big Bang Theory. When the first show first aired, I didn't really like it. I watched one episode, I think, and then just kind of forgot about it. Then about a year later, I was clicking around and caught an episode, and I didn't like it. But then I went through a bunch of stuff in my personal life, and I ended up moving to a new apartment by myself. And in the course of just trying to unpack a million billion boxes and trying to get my head straight of a pretty upsetting situation, I saw that they were doing a marathon of Big Bang Theory, all the seasons to that point in order, on the TV. So I clicked it on, and I was actually going to change the channel, but I think I only got one channel or so. Anyways, I seem to remember being kind of like I sort of had to watch it if I wanted noise. Anyways, so I ended up having the show on the whole weekend while I was packing and unpacking, and I got to enjoy it. I got to know the characters, and that's one of the things about a new show is you really have to get to know the characters and things. And I realized that one of the things I liked about Big Bang Theory was something that I liked about Seinfeld, which is nobody's really likable. And there's no one you really root for. And for me, to me that makes a sitcom fun because they're all assholes. And like it's and Seinfeld, we followed them for like 10 years or whatever. Seinfeld's still one of my favorite shows in the world. And and at the very last episode, they finally got caught for being the assholes that they are, and they got thrown in jail for life for littering or whatever. Something small, just poof, and all the things they'd done. Because everyone on Seinfeld, there's no one to root for. They're all idiots. They're all mean. They backstab each other. They lie to each other. They scam each other. Which brings you back to mind of. Like even the old Lucy shows, and Lucy was one of the creators of sitcoms. Lucy and Lucy and Ricky Ricardo. They were always scamming each other and tricking each other, but then they loved each other in the end, kind of thing. And so we get a lot of sitcoms kind of resonate with that. They kind of hang out, even though they're not nice people or people you'd probably want to hang out with because they're assholes. So over the course of Big Bang Theory, we get to know people, and ultimately people get paired up. Leonard and Penny finally get together. Bernadette and Howard marry and have two children. Sheldon and Amy finally get married, and we live Raj, who's still that his exploits never. Even Stewart, ended up with someone. So. It's interesting, but one thing about the Big Bang Theory I felt about halfway through its run was that it should have stuck with its original premise. It's called Big Bang Theory, and you think it's about single guys or girls looking for relationships, and I thought there should have been more, not necessarily revolving doors because we're in different times now, but more different relationships with all the characters, except maybe Sheldon. And exploring more possibilities before and I didn't really feel like they all needed to be paired off by the series finale. Now, two things happened by the time that series ended that kind of disappointed me, but I never was asked to write an episode, so I didn't get to get my say. But but basically, one thing I'd sort of half hoped once I got watching Big Bang Theory on a regular basis and got to know the characters is I actually really hoped that they would end series with Sheldon and Penny getting together. Because Sheldon and Penny seem to have the best dynamic out of everyone. They really got each other. They could fight and make up without losing ground. They really had, as they both grew as characters as time went on, and I do believe they both did. Penny especially evolved, and Sheldon not so much, but he still did evolve somewhat, I guess, enough to marry Amy if marriage is considered an end goal in life. And so um, I really felt, that it would have been cool the last couple of episodes, Penny and Leonard get divorced and realizes that she and Sheldon actually do have a compatibility that is unique and be really rewarding. But of course, that never happens in a sitcom. So that was just my little pipe dream. And then, although sometimes it really felt like they were setting up for that, don't you think? Did you ever feel like sometimes there was a bit of a setup that Sheldon and Penny would get together ultimately by the time the series ended? And then the thing that I've been mulling over for months now, was the whole idea of Penny being pregnant and having children. And, those of you who know me or have watched me, I have a couple of kids. I love children. I wanted children. I had children. So to me, it's a choice, and I would never tell a woman who doesn't want children to have children, because some women are just not cut out to be moms. Some women just don't have that maternal urgency or bond or whatever. I was one of those women that did. I really wanted a baby, and I had my babies, But other women are not like that, and they don't have to be these days. They don't. So to me, it seemed strange then that all of a sudden at the end of this series, Peggy's pregnant, and it's a good thing. And because her character all the way along, even through all the proposals with Leonard and everything that happened over and over again, the number one thing about Penny was she did not want children. She never wanted her own children. She didn't want to be a baby maker. She just wanted a relationship with Leonard, and he had come to terms with that he was fine being with the woman he loved, and they didn't have to have children. So then to throw in at the very last episode that, ooh, they're pregnant, and suddenly she's okay with it and is looking forward to it. And for some reason, they can pinpoint the exact time this baby was conceived, because they mention it. Oh, is that, episode? It's very contrived to me. And it didn't give me the satisfaction of the ending of the series that I wanted it to. Now, when the series ended, of course, there were a lot of emotional moments and it was all good and all that. But I had felt funny at the end. And then I started reading other people's articles. Well, I was reading articles, and some people did bring this up, um, that they wondered why suddenly, for Penny to be complete, that she would now have to bear children when she was already a complete character, and she and Leonard already had a complete and happy, satisfying relationship as they had grown into each other and as they had navigated through life. And now suddenly she's accidentally pregnant, which also doesn't make sense because it seems to me Penny would be the most proactive with her birth control out of anyone on the planet, because she doesn't want children, especially once she was older. I mean, they make have flashbacks of joking, oh, doing pregnancy tests when she's like a teenager, how old they're supposed to be at this point, but in their 30s, I would imagine. She's not going to forget to take her birth control. She's not going to screw up because she doesn't want children. And maybe even by then she might have had her tubes tied, or Leonard may have had a vasectomy to ensure it would never happen. So to me, that's bothered me because it sort of all of a sudden made her character something completely different than what she had been all along. And I guess it doesn't matter anymore because the series is over, it's gone, it's canceled. But to me, it was just unlike Seinfeld, where everyone got their final comeuppance and they all end up in jail. Good, even though at the time it was really startling. But when you thought about it, it's like, yeah, they're scumbags. They should have been in jail long ago, lying, stealing, cheating, parking at handicap spots, stealing bread. All the things Seinfeld's characters were up to, always stealing something. Um, very, not that they should have all ended up in jail, or, but I thought it was. I don't know. I didn't like it ended with weddings and babies when in fact maybe it should have ended. Um, I don't even know, but the premise I guess was guys looking for love, and at the end they got their love. And of course the whole thing with Penny being pregnant, I guess they wanted to tie back to the very first episode where Leonard first sees Penny and says we'll have beautiful children together, or whatever the hell he says, as a throw off line. So of course they had to run with that for 10 years, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, out of nowhere, make that the final beat. And yeah, I don't know. So, as a woman who, I believe in choice, and I also get miffed when women are just considered baby makers and not much else, or you're not a complete woman until you've had a child. It does upset me. So I'm just wondering, what do you guys think? I really, really would like to know what other people think about that ending of the series, of Penny being pregnant and happy about it. I mean, I know Big Bang Theory isn't going to tackle Penny being pregnant and then the next day goes and has an abortion. I know they're not going to do that. But why did they have to address it at all? Okay, anyways, I've talked too long about this already. But what did you think? Did you agree with that? Did you find it out of character? Were you rooting for the Penny and Sheldon? Anyways, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.